Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography. I'm Jason. With me is Tim.
Hi.
And Bill.
I think I'm going to talk a lot this episode.
Yeah. And we're going to start a new series. It's called O.D.D. in Drublic.
How did we come up with
It
that?
happens.
Because we ripped off NoFX. Fuck. So basically, this is just going to be us whenever one of us goes to a show, because evidently we all like to go, we live what we preach. Go see live bands. So we'll be reviewing shows that we went to. So today's show is the Green Day Saviors Tour in, was it the Target Field, Minneapolis?
Yep, it was the Target Field in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
So this was Bill. You have the floor.
Yeah, so I know when Green Day announced their Saviors Tour last fall, I was like, all right, what dates are they going to? Like, oh shit, they're playing, Dookie the whole way through and American Idiot cover to cover. Okay, this could be a pretty cool one to just go say, like, yeah, I was there. I've seen Green Day now. One looked at the dates, went, oh shit, they're in the upper Midwest in August, and the show on October 17th, I could actually make that one. So, you know what? I'll go, take the drive to the Twin Cities and go see Green Day. Going in, I was like, all right, you got Rancid, Linda Linda's, and Smashing Pumpkins opening. I'm looking at it like, okay. Before I saw any set lists, I'm like, I didn't know about the Linda Lindas, so I had to ask Jason, like, hey, you know anything about Linda Lindas?
Oh, yeah.
So that he said that Tim's like, oh yeah, they're good too. I'm like, all right, I'll take a gander, and then because they mentioned that Linda Lindas would probably be the good one, I'm like, all right, well, Smashing Pumpkins hasn't done shit for the last 20 years, so Smashing Pumpkins is probably going to be the dud then, because in every list there's going to be a dud, like that's almost a guarantee. At least that's what I've come to the realization of.
Man, that's cool.
It does happen. It does
happen, yeah.
But the set list came out. Like,
notice how he didn't even say Rancid. Like, Rancid wasn't even in the running for the dud.
No. Rancid, I mean, they weren't going to do anything crazy, but I figured they were going to be solid. And then the set list came out. I'm like, oh shit, Smashing Pumpkins is playing nothing but their 90s, top songs and whatnot. Okay, like they're playing 1979, Tonight, Bullet with Butterfly Wings, like all the big ones. I'm like, oh shit, like this could actually be a decent one. Rancid, again, playing a lot of this stuff from the 90s and early 2000s. Like, oh shit, like this could be a solid lineup the whole way through. So Linda Linda's opened, and out come these 4 teenage girls. I didn't realize how young they were until they said their ages. So it's the oldest is 19 on guitar. The lead singer is 17 and also plays guitar. Their bassist is 16. And then the drummist is 14 years old, and she sang the first song too. And I'm like, holy shit, what am I doing with my life?
And they're opening for fucking Green Day.
And the thing is, you could tell, I mean, I don't know if it was like just blame it on nerves or inexperience. Like they weren't fumbling over each other. But you could tell like they didn't have a feel of like how stuff would like flow or whatnot. It's like, yeah, we're the Linda Lindas. All right, next song. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dude, but that's fucking punk rock, man. Like that's what makes them great.
I know, and that's why. I mean, I'll say this before I do the other ones. Linda Lindas, for me, was the best band of the 3 openers, hand over fist. They had the best show.
Fuck yeah.
Handily. And I mean, the best part was like, yeah, our merch is scattered across a couple vendors here and there. It has cats on it. You should go buy it. All right, next song. 1, 2, 3, 4. They just found on their next song. Hell, the one time they ain't even. The audience was still clapping. Like, hey, thank you guys. All right, next song is this. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they went again. It was just again song after song, and actually, it would have been the oldest member's dad came out wearing a cat, like a not a cat mask, but like a cat head thing, kind of like Marshmallow. He's got like the whole Marshmallow headpiece. Like I don't know what the name is for that. Yeah, he came out with that. It was just kind of like dancing as his, like they were just playing the one song. It's like shit, like they're just having fun. And then we got to Rancid, and of course, they came on. Obviously, they've been doing it for 33 years. They know what they're doing. It wasn't like it was, I wouldn't say vanilla. There was of the
They
three
were playing the
openers,
hits like they were just.
but the thing is, of the 3 openers, theirs probably had the most crowd interaction, but it wasn't a lot.
And Billy Joe didn't come out to play radio with them.
No, he did not.
That's sad, man. He fucking
Yeah, it is.
He's on the
He
album.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just Rancid up there playing. They actually got some mosh pitting and circle stomping going on when they did Ruby Soho, which makes sense. But yeah,
But no other songs? No other songs got a pit going?
I don't think so. I wasn't paying too much attention until I got to that one. And then after that one, I kind of started to pay attention. And so then they did their set. It was good. It was a solid set. Not as good in. I would definitely go see the Linda Lindas again. Rancid opener. It's like, I've seen it. It was.
You gotta see
solid.
Rancid at a show.
I can believe that. I mean, obviously, when you're opening versus, showing or like off on like your own bandstand or something like that, like you're gonna be a little bit.
Yeah, it's probably still daylight when they played too, right?
Oh God, yeah. Let's say because Linda's opened at 5:30. Rancid started playing like 6:15.
Wow.
It was still.
They only give Linda Linda's like 20 minutes.
They were up there from 5:30 up until about 6 o'clock.
That's the way it was when I saw Green Day on the Hella Mega tour, and it was Green Day, Weezer, Fall Out Boy, and the Interrupters, and the Interrupters played, and we were actually excited to see them because we all knew them. Even my kids love the Interrupters. And it was so sad because like the pit was just non-existent, and it was like daylight, and it's like, man, because the Interrupters were they were way better than Fall Out Boy. And probably Weezer too, but
yeah, I mean, obviously daylight might have some impact. Like, I mean, it was sun straight on the stage, so if they had lights going for either Rancid or Linda Linda's, which I think Rancid had some lights going, you couldn't tell. Like the sun's right on the stage.
Well, let's move up to that next line because their name is pretty big, right in the dead center of the.
So Smashing Pumpkins then. So Rancid got about 45 minutes, I would say, on stage. So they finished about 7 o'clock. And then it'd be, I think 7:20-ish is when Smashing Pumpkins started to take the stage. And I'll say this compared to the first 2. I mean, Linda Linda's went out on the stage sprinting. Rancid went out there like kind of like jiving with their instruments, like bouncing around. Smashing Pumpkins kind of just walked to their place.
Well, I mean, they're setting the mood. You're about to like leave this happy pop punk shit behind. You're about to get into the Billy Corgan zone, man.
Well, see, and that's what I was thinking. And I'm like, all right. And I say, because I was messaging Jason and Tim during this too. Because I went with my girlfriend to the show. I'm like, you know what? All right, girlfriend, she wasn't super into the first 2. Like, I get it, the Linda Linda's. I mean, that's a little bit more hard. I mean, Rancid's hardcore, punk rock, and then Linda Linda's like, yeah, it's a little bit, harsher, lyrically and musically. I'm like, all right, Smashing Pumpkins, they've got a lot.
Linda Linda's.
They've got more like mellow, chill with their song style. Like, yeah, they've got their harder parts, but like you could actually understand usually what Billy Corgan's singing. And then they started to play. And the distortion was turned up to 12. They jacked up the volume after Rancid got done playing, which for me makes almost even less sense.
They do that at every arena show. Every like the opener gets like a quarter of the PA.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if there's louder. Like middle bands, maybe they get half the PA. And then, yeah, Smashing Pumpkins, they probably like got like 80% of the PA. But they save the full blast for the headliner so that nobody can upstage them.
Here's the thing, though. Volume noise-wise? I mean, granted, it might have been, you know, after just hearing them. I thought Smashing Pumpkins was louder than Green Day. Straight up.
Well, and how many guitar players do the Smashing Pumpkins have now?
Oh,
Is there like 4 of them on stage?
So on stage, total people that they had on stage, I didn't pay attention to whether it was guitars or basses. I think it's just one bass player.
The girl, the female, yeah, they have a new bass player. I don't
well, they have a female guitar player now too.
No, it was only one female, and she was on guitar, I think.
Yeah.
And
I have no idea who plays the Pumpkins now. Like
3 on guitar, 1 female backup vocalist that just kind of paced back and forth in the back by the drums, and then the drummer. It was actually really weird watching the backup vocalist because
that's so weird, man. See, I'd love to have seen the Pumpkins when it was just fucking Billy, James, Darcy, and Jimmy. Like that's the fucking Pumpkins.
Well, and you got the 3 of them still there.
Yeah, but you ain't got fucking Darcy, dude.
Apparently taking 20 people to replace Darcy.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, it could be just the sheer quantity of players that they have there. Plus, the distortion was cranked way up.
Well, the world is a vampire.
When I heard, "Oh, the world is a vampire" play, Billy Corgan say that, I'm like, "You're fucking starting that now? You've got like every guitar blaring already. Like, where the fuck's the mood setter?" Like,
I mean, that actually kind of sounds pretty good. Like, I'd kind of like to see the Pumpkins like just blah.
But like that's what. It's. Here's the issue, right? When you get to Bullet, and you're already blasting for the verse, when you get to the chorus, it's the same damn volume.
Yeah.
And like the whole point is like you kind of mellow for the verse, and then you go nuts for the chorus because we're all just a bunch of fucking rats, right? Like that's the whole point. At least that's how I interpret it. And
well, it's rumored to be about Kurt Cobain.
But
I mean, aren't all of Billy's songs about Kurt Cobain?
But I'm gonna say this.
Hey, jealousy.
For every Pumpkin song, the mosh pit and everything else was smaller than for Rancid's Ruby Soho. None of it compared to that. And so Rancid's Ruby Soho at 6:40 in the afternoon/evening had a bigger mosh pit than Smashing Pumpkins' list song here between 7 and 8:30 at night.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
That's because all their fans are too busy staring at their shoes.
Like the Smashing Pumpkins on this bill, they're the odd man out. They don't fit the theme of the tour.
Yeah.
Like,
which I mean,
well, they do though when you consider that the theme of this tour is '90s nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure, but Blink-182 or I don't know, The Offspring. The Offspring would have been a good one to put in there.
So here's the thing though. If it's '90s nostalgia, though, like Linda Linda's make zero sense about '90s nostalgia. None of them were even born in the '90s. None of them were alive in the '90s.
Yeah, but they still fit that that '90s.
I know.
Yeah, and your first band's got to be the new up and comer band.
Yeah,
that brings all the kids in.
So I'll say this.
And then their dads stick around to have the time of their lives.
which is absolutely what happened partially.
Oh,
So
we'll
I know.
yeah, we'll get to Green Day.
that's it, because I was watching. So I was just watching the general admission because like you could like see it like fill up.
Mm-hmm.
There was already a sizable amount of people in there for Linda Linda's. More people went in there for Rancid.
Mm-hmm.
I think less people were actually in there for Smashing Pumpkins.
See, it doesn't make sense.
And then Green Day, it filled most of the way full. Like,
Sure.
I mean, I went to a Creed concert, what was that, a month ago now? And Creed was way better than the Smashing Pumpkins. I'm going to say that right now.
Oh, damn.
Like, it wasn't even close. Like, when I say, for me, the order of these openers was Linda Linda's on top, Rancid in the middle, and Linda Linda's on bottom. Like, there's a sizable gap between each of those.
Hold up. You said Creed put on a better performance than the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I just want to get that on the record.
I mean, to Creed's credit, they were the headliner, though, so they had a little bit more creative freedom, maybe, or something else going on. But, yeah, no, it wasn't even close.
They had Jesus on their side.
Right,
Exactly.
where Billy's just got what, a bunch of White Castle and wrestlers.
Yeah.
Bill, now on to the main event, Green Day.
Yeah, so Green Day, so they opened their set with American Dream is Killing Me, which makes sense because that's the one of the singles on their Saviors album. It's the one that sounds the most like an opener, realistically. Then they did another song, and then they went right into the entirety of Dookie, and they played it start to finish. Including, Trey's wonderful song. Goddamn top song contender once we get to Green Day.
Dominated Love Slave?
Close. All by myself.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
And he was all by himself on stage in a bathrobe, just jumping around, having a good time.
So they're actually like acting out the songs as they play them?
No.
I doubt they were acting them out. I mean, if he was acting out
Good,
Longview.
I was gonna be my next question.
No, he's just up there in a robe over his t-shirt and shorts. Just like, I was like, oh yeah, I was up by myself. I went into your room. Anyways, and then they went into, let's see, then they did a couple other singles off of Saviors. They did Dilemma, One-Eyed Bastard. Actually, I think those are the only two. No.
Corvette Summer.
Yeah, Corvette Summer. I think. They did the three of those there. Then it went into American Idiot. And then they did Bobby Socks and finished with Good Riddance, naturally.
Know Your Enemy, huh?
Oh, no. Yeah, they did Know Your Enemy before they started with American Idiot.
Okay. They pull somebody on stage?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Green Day's show, I thought it was very good. It was very predictable. Just based on conversations I had with you beforehand, Jason and Tim. I'm just like, hey, yeah, watch, they're going to do this, they're going to do this. It's like, yep, they did that, they did that, they did that. I guess it was like, oh shit, when they said the entirety of Dookie, they included the hidden track. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, I get that's the only way to actually include the whole album, but hey, it's interesting when you actually include a hidden track.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. That's part of Dookie right there.
I will say by the end of the show, you could tell Billy Joel was struggling a little bit vocally, just like his voice was sounding more and more, I don't want to say hoarse, but like tired at the end of it. I mean, granted, they were on stage for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's a long
playing
everything.
Set,
dude. That's a long
well, and was this their first or second show?
What was that?
What?
And this was their first or second show coming back after
second show.
Taking a couple days.
Yeah, Billy got sick for.
Yep.
Second show. Okay.
This is the second show, so I mean, probably lost it again on that first show, and then got to do this one now. Here we go. But I mean, he still sounded good. It's just like you could tell at the end as he's shouting into the mic, like he's starting to lose it a little bit here, but it still sounded good.
So overall, you were impressed with Green Day's live performance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was definitely more than satisfied.
I've seen him live 3 times, all on off albums, except for 21st Century. I saw him on the Warning tour, the 21st Century tour, and the Father of All Motherfuckers tour. And the first time I saw him was the best. It was the Warning tour. It didn't even sell out. So, there was walking room. We got drunk. It was unscripted. Billy was taking requests. He pulled people up for Operation Ivy's Knowledge. My eyebrow ring was ripped out. It was a good damn show. And then I saw him on 21st Century Breakdown, and it was scripted. They've gotten so big now that it's scripted. The same with when I saw him on the Father tour, the Hell Omega. It was script, what's coming. So it kind of sucks that they're that big and they have to do that, but it is what it is. It's still fucking Green Day.
Speaking of scripted and modern day concert scene, before Green Day went on stage, they just played over the speakers 2 songs.
Was one of them the Ramones? The Blistery Bop? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know that.
Yep. And then the other one was Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Yeah.
And the audience applauded after both of them. As the guy who was sitting behind me pointed out, why the fuck are we applauding? All they did was play a CD track.
Because they always play those CD tracks. It's a part of the show.
But there wasn't even anyone on stage. The audience was just singing it. That's all we were doing.
You get to a level of that size, and people know your walkout songs.
Yeah,
they know when the playlist is about to end and the lights are about to drop.
And why wouldn't you not applaud?
Iron Maiden always plays UFO's Doctor Doctor. Metallica always plays It's a Long Way to the Top if you want to rock and roll, and then that goes into the Ecstasy of Gold. The Ramones started every show with the Ecstasy of Gold.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you applaud Queen or the Ramones?
Because it was just a recording played on the stereo.
You still applaud it. In a group setting, you still applaud it. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see him play Dookie. There's a lot of deep cuts on there they don't play ever. So, and same with American Idiot. There's some deep cuts on there. You're always going to get your Saint Jimmy, your Jesus, your American Idiot, your Holiday, your Boulevard. But She's a Rebel. I bet that was cool.
Yeah. So I said that was the thing. All the deep cuts. Oh shit. That's
Novocaine.
That's on that album. Yep.
Yeah. So this has been just a crazy. We're just gonna start a new series because fuck it. I got 2 shows coming up. I know Tim's got some shows. Bill's talking about going to fucking what was it?
Riot Fest.
Fucking Riot Fest, right? Go Day 2, man. Pavement and Beck and Lagwagon.
That's pretty good.
All 3 days are pretty good. So check NoFX out. NoFX is done after this, so the only time to see NoFX.
Day 2 and 3 are the only 2 days I would be able to go.
Day 3 has Strung Out.
It also has the return of Slayer.
Yeah, Slayer's there. They're the opener or the headliner.
Yeah, his first show since retiring.
Hopefully, we'll see if Bill goes to that. Stick around on this series. We will be covering Green Day's discography again. We won't talk about the first time, but we'll redo it properly. Or the second time. We're gonna get it right the third time. Third time's charm. Yeah.
What show you got coming up next, Jason?
The Something Cranes? I don't know. My kids want to see it. We bought tickets. But then, like, the day after, it's the Wonder Years and the Menzingers. I don't even like the new Menzingers record. But, like, they put on a really good show. I've seen the Menzingers before, so. And I've never seen the Wonder Years. And those Wonder Years kids, man, they got some spirit. They got that Linda spirit. So, stick around. We'll be talking about future concerts. Go check out our other stuff. Go check out our Pumpkins review to see Tim's true feelings on Smashing Pumpkins.
They're great.
And we'll be covering the new Linda's record that comes out in October. So, we'll be talking about them again.
So I'm excited for that one. They got Weird Al.
And we reviewed the last Rancid album.
We did review the last Rancid. We'll get to their discography. And 1993, Rancid's on the top 10 in the grinder, so stick around for that. Be safe and make what, Bill?
Go to concerts.
Fueled by Monster Energy.
Or good decisions.
Send out